Okay, so we're at a top tier on this. I'm seeing a lot of these 5 and 6 tier games, which is good because the whole trying to get past the tier 7 up tier wall at tier 5 was just miserable. So this is actually a sync drop where once in the blue moon we actually get on the same team. My division has IllusiveTanker, ZPA, and me, and the second division had Rainier, Burfo, and PJ. And so yeah, we're all on the same team, surprisingly. Which means that the enemy is going to get utterly destroyed in a minute. But we'll learn what we can from this replay regardless. So here we go. Now PJ is on this side. He's right there in his gallant. He's the furthest one away. And I'm here and there's a Hatsuharu right there. Right there, yep, Hatsuharu. So I go ahead and go to A to help him out because Hatsuharu doesn't have good guns. He has pretty good torps, but not good guns. So if the enemy tries to shoot at him or if Aditi avoids his torps, then he's kind of SOL. So I go ahead and go in there just to hold the cap and the spot for him. And my guns, on the other hand, are very good. So we complement each other pretty well. And like good division mates, ZPA and Elusive are coming out after me. Elusive in his Bayern, ZPA in his Duca. Sadly, I don't know much about the Duca, mostly because I don't have any Italian CL lines yet, and I don't really buy premiums unless I can expect they can be used as a trainer in the future. The October Revolutia is about the only one I have that actually doesn't have an associated line that I can use as a trainer. There we go, La Gala Senora is up there. La Gala Senora can be very, very annoying if you can dodge well in it. There's the Gallant. I'm fine with the Gallant because my guns are much better than the Gallants. Gallant has a really high arc, so it's really hard to get their shots on target. And the Icarus is coming too. Icarus has the actual Hydro Surge, so that's going to be kind of annoying. I'm probably not going to be able to get torps on them except for a YOLO Rush, but since my torp's only 4 kilometers anyway, it doesn't really matter. And now this I was thinking, maybe I can do that and get in a smoke screen. I throw them out just in case the Icarus decides to come by the island because he doesn't see where we are. Sadly he doesn't though. Sometimes it works. Blind torps don't always work, but I actually have a replay that I'll show either this week or next week where I completely blindly torp managed to kill someone. So the La Gala Senor is pushing in. He shouldn't be doing that. He is a long-range spammer. So me and ZPA are saying there. ZPA is kind of close too. Ideally I would have liked him maybe a little further back. Because right now he's kind of just getting nailed. And right here is what is actually where the good gun quality comes in, because I can get tons and tons of pins against this La Gala Senor, because La Gala Senor has terrible armor, and the Russian AP is actually pretty good. Now sadly I don't get any Citadels, because the La Gala Senor Citadel is actually kind of low, and he might just be at the range where I can't do it. But regardless, AP pins are actually pretty strong. So I go forward a bit to block that Gallant's way so he can't shoot at me. And so I can finish up this La Gala Senor. So yeah, he can't just serve himself up on a silver platter for us. And then Z picks up the kill. Good job, Z. And PJ's team over here is doing great too. They've already killed a destroyer and a cruiser. Yep, and there's the Icarus. So then I use my really nice arcs to start pounding him. Because as you can see from him shooting at me and me shooting at him, my arcs are significantly lower. And my shells go a lot faster. And so he is actually detected right now. He fired his guns, which means he has to wait 20 seconds for the detection radius to go down. So that's why I go in here and smoke up, because I'm not worried about spotting him right now. He's going to spot himself, essentially. And even if he does try and go away, he's going to be opposite that Hatsuharu right there, so he'll still be spotted and pounded by the rest of my team. And then I'll be able to reverse and keep shooting at him at my leisure. So that's why, instead of spotting him, I moved up and smoked. But then we get in this really awkward tug-of-war right here where I'm not going backwards fast enough to actually see him over the mountain. Now he's turning back in, so I'm aiming a little bit lower. And now he's turning back out, so I go midship. Yep, and here comes the Gallant, so I get torps ready. Widespread, just in case. Drop the one there, and drop one there. Just in case he tries to turn into me. Oh, wait, I didn't drop the second. Okay, I thought I did. So yep, I wait for him to go up a little bit, and then I dropped them. But luckily, the actual torp bombers over there get the kill. I would have gotten it regardless, though. So he's secured. So then I go ahead and turn around because the Icarus is running away. The Perth was right there on super low health. We have this cap in the bag, and plus the Gallant just launched torps at me. So it's not good to stay in smoke when there's DDs around because they always torp the smoke screen. So yep, we're going to go into cap and go ahead and take it for our team. Yep, and there's the Icarus. Icarus sadly has better guns than the Hatsuharu. And Hatsuharu I think is going to die from the Perth. Or maybe it was torps, yeah. Maybe torps, because the CV's trying to torp him. So I'm not actually leaving the cap yet, because I want to take it for my team before I go chase down that Icarus. Because even if he does get away, then my forward speed is a lot faster than his, so I'll be able to chase him down and kill him. And if he's running away, then he isn't really contributing meaningfully to his team, so I don't need to not contribute meaningfully to my team just because he isn't, you know? Let him make his own news. So yep, there we go, we take the cap, and now it's time to go hunt ourselves down to Royal Navy DD. And now see, this is actually where one of the drawbacks of the Royal Navy DDs come into play, which is that they don't have speed boost. I do. Granted, it's on cooldown right now, but once it comes back up, then I'm going to probably get at least 10 kilometers on him. So he can't escape it. So he really can't escape at this moment. Unless I decide to let him go, then I'm going to be able to just chase him down. If he tries to turn, I'll see him because I'm going faster. If he keeps going forward, I'm going to catch him just by having my speed boost up and being just generally faster. So right now it's only a matter of time, and he can't do anything about it. And I also see those two CVs over there. Don't worry, I saw them. They'll get theirs in a minute. Right now, I'm going to hunt myself a CADD, though. Now see, normally I would just stay in this cap right here and try and take it for my team and everything, but I'm feeling a little bit playful. And we're up on points in team score anyway, so I decide, you know what, yeah, let's go ahead and go get the DD instead. Yep, and now they're going to try and dive bomb me, which is unfortunate, but you can't really do much about it in a DD without smoking. I don't feel like smoking right now. There's the Icarus. And luckily all the dive bombers miss. Yep, so then I go ahead and come up, and those two shots should have killed him, but sadly RNG said nay. So he gets away with a wee bit of health left. And my speed boost comes up. There we go, activated. Now I can reach up to like maybe 41 to 43 knots. So right now I go in towards the smoke because I want to take his smoke. One, because I want to make sure that he's not in there, and two, because I want to try and avoid those torp bombers if possible. So yep, I turn in. He's trying to go along my side right here, so I turn out again. So he's nice and behind me. And since I did that, they drop like that, and completely missed by a country mile. It's really hard to torp DDs if you aren't cross-torping them if they don't want to be torped. Yep, and see, there's an Icarus. Every single time I've seen him, he was closer to me. He's been closer to me just because of my speed. And yep, and he's dead. He only died tired. So we're going to wait for those torps to go away and slow down a bit because that emerald is actually still alive, which is very strange. Usually emeralds die first, so he's going to keep trying to spam AP. I fired at him right there because I thought it was actually the Warspite that was shooting at me, but it was in fact the Emerald. Now I have to be really careful on this because the Emerald, if he gets lucky, then he can actually do quite a bit of damage to me. So we're going to go and just mosey around, wait for my engine to repair, and just go hunt down that Bogue and the Independence. Farm some more damage. Because we got pretty much all the caps, even if we do only have one more ship than they do. So I go out a little bit further than usual with this, so the dive bombers don't spot me. My actual AA guns are off, so I won't be seen by that, but the actual surface detect range on the sphere is actually kind of big. I think it's like 4 or 5 kilometers. And yep, there's the Emerald, he goes away. And I get over there so I can get to a nice closing range before they can get away. And now I'm about to be detected by the Bogue just because I'm so close to him. But we're going to shoot the Independence first because he has about half the health. There we go, we're detected. Time to fire. Oh, I had the Ignis camo too, poor guy. Ignis is a really good camo. So yep, we start getting shots on him. And I'm watching those planes around. The dive bombers are empty, but the torque bombers are coming back, so just in case I smoke up. Or at least I smoke up in a minute once I see they're actually targeting me. Yep, see? They're still targeting me, so I get a few more shots on the Independence. And now that they're coming, now that those torque bombers are coming in again, I think I'm about to smoke. Yep, a smoke right here because the dive bombers right here were going in and I didn't see those group fighters on them. So I thought they would have survived long enough for me to actually plane spot them and keep firing, but sadly they did not. And the torque bombers go off to try and torque Bacillus. Not Bacillus. Illusive, yeah. Illusive reminds me a lot of Bacillus. They both have kind of similar jovial demeanors, and their voices are also quite similar. So yeah, the Emerald is dead and the worst bite's over there, so that leaves me free reign on these carriers now that they actually dropped against Illusive. So I'm just going to go ahead and just farm damage. Take my prize. Take my prize for being a good Russian DD, sort of. But sadly, PJ manages to cut the worst bite stay short.